Hello traders, FS Speculator here. Today is Thursday and it is February 27th. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully a fairly good day. Nice to see that the dollar pairs are finally making some movement. We've got a pretty impulsive move up on the dollar index today, which caused a pretty impulsive move down on most of the dollar pairs. So I've been talking all week long about how slow the dollar was. We had 4 consecutive days in a row where we were literally like no price action whatsoever on the dollar index. Then today we finally got a nice push up, and it technically has not broken structure yet. You know, you can't really say that that is a break of structure yet, but boy, it definitely looks impulsive enough where I would say that this is likely not a correction to the downtrend anymore, but more than likely, this is going to give us that break of structure. And if you've been following along with my live streams and my videos, you know that I've been saying if we get a break of structure on the dollar index, then we're probably not in a 1, 2, 3, because a 1, 2, 3 can't really look like this. Yeah, no problem. Let me do that 1 second, sorry. Let me crank the volume up. Hello, 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 a little better. Sorry, might not have been close enough to the mic either. So anyways, yeah, so I've been saying that if we do get that break of structure, then very, very likely it's not a 1, 2, 3. Very, very likely it is a 1 and A, B, C. So if this was really a 1 and this is really a 2 and this move down was really a wave 3, then we would have not have that break of structure to the upside. So that's pretty important information. If this is really a wave C, then we are probably likely going to go and at least make another attempt on these highs right here on the US dollar. And if we go and make another attempt on those highs, that means we're probably going to go make another attempt and maybe even break some lows on the dollar pairs themselves. So overall, this move up today definitely telling me pretty bullish on the dollar for sure. So anyways, yeah, let's see. Okay, good. The volume's good. So I've had this labeled as a 1, 2, 3 for quite a while now, but I've been saying this whole time for all week long, I've been saying if it's not a 1, 2, 3, then the dollar index is going to prove that it's not a 1, 2, 3. I think the dollar index did prove today that it's not a 1, 2, 3. Now, there's a chance that this is just an ABC correction right here. This is an A, this is a B, this is a C, and this is literally just back into a downtrend. Another count that I think is definitely possible is that this is still 5 waves up. This is like a wave A, this is possibly a wave B, and then it goes down and makes a wave C, which would probably go almost all the way back down to the lows. Maybe making a little bit of a higher low, but for the most part, definitely down. Looking at the dollar index and the fact the dollar index I think is going to make another attempt on the uptrend means that I think this is at least going to make another attempt on these lows. So unfortunately, this big old giant uptrend that I've been talking about for 6 months or more is probably not happening quite yet. You know, I mean, we may have found a bottom, but it might kind of bounce around a little bit and, you know, make another attempt on the lows before it actually does start to move up. So unfortunately, it looks to me like we're going to get another attempt on the lows. I mean, it's really not that unfortunate because now we can be looking for shorts. You know, we got a break of structure, so now we can start looking for shorts on pullbacks. So I personally wouldn't be trying to go short now. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short now. I would definitely start looking for shorts on pullbacks, but I definitely wouldn't be going short now. Now that we got a nice clear break below structure on the daily time frame, I definitely think that we should be looking for shorts. And I would have to see a pullback in order to go short. You know, I'd be looking for pullbacks. I would also be watching these Fibonacci retracement levels very closely because those are going to be areas of support in the move down. These are definitely going to be support areas, especially the 61.8 and probably the 78.6. We just barely bounced from the 50 today, so I mean, this definitely could be an area of support also, this 50 level. So, you know, there's probably a pretty good chance we will get a bounce from there. But I think at this point, we need to assume that any bounces we see to the upside are probably just corrective pullback patterns in a downtrend. Possibly the continuation of a downtrend, to be honest with you. So moving on to the pound dollar, I mean, it's the same type of deal. The pound is actually way stronger than some of the other pairs. So for the pound, it technically has not broken structure yet. The volume is still quite low. I turned it way up. Maybe I wasn't pointing at it. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can hear. If not, I'll have to switch to my other mic. Yeah, hopefully it's not a little better. So anyways, I could crank it up a little bit more. Yeah, so let me crank it right up to max. There we go. So yeah, I have a Discord channel and I have a membership on my Discord channel, but the Discord channel itself is 100% free to join. You never do have to pay a dime if you do not want to. The Discord channel itself is 100% free to join. So the link for that is, give me 1 second, a little unorganized. There we go. There it is. So the link for that is right here. That's my Discord channel link, 100% free to join. If anybody is interested in my website is fxpipcollector.com, and that is where you'll find my membership, where I do my more in-depth analysis with people every single day, and I also do share every single trade I take with my members at the time of entry. So definitely check out my website if anybody is interested in that. The pound dollar definitely has not given us a break of structure to the downside yet, as you can see. But the US dollar index, I think, is close enough to breaking structure where we can say that we are definitely in a move to the upside on the dollar now, which means that I think there is a good chance this will break. Now, it might not go all the way down and retest these lows, but I definitely would say that it's probably going to go down a decent amount. Maybe end up making like a higher low like this, a higher low, higher low, higher low like that. But once I do get that break of structure, the first thing I'm going to do is throw my Fibonacci retracement out there, because those will be areas of support on the way down. So we definitely do have a pretty nice bounce on the pound dollar. We definitely do not have a break of structure to the downside on the pound dollar yet. But I think with looking at the dollar index, there's probably a pretty good chance that it will at least break down. So it's kind of up to you, I guess, whether you want to look for shorts. I mean, technically we are still in an uptrend, and technically it could do something like that and go up. So I actually would suggest still looking for longs, definitely. So I'm definitely still suggesting longs just because we have a broken structure. But like I said, I'm pretty sure the dollar index at this point probably is going to give us a break of structure. It's right at the 100% right now. So there's a good chance that we have a decent amount of upside potential on the dollar index now. Probably a pretty good chance we'll have a decent amount of downside potential on the pound dollar also. Yeah, the pound dollar definitely doesn't look like a 1, 2, 3, like an ABC to me, like some of the other pairs do. So that's why I think this move down probably will just end up being a crutch into this last wave up, probably something like that. But potentially, I would imagine it's going to take us definitely into next week, maybe even a little bit longer. And then let's take a look at gold. Then we'll start taking requests from people in the chat. So if you have something you want me to look at, definitely let me know. I would be more than happy to look at basically anything. So let me just make sure. Yeah, so put it in the chats if you want me to look at something. I will be on for a full hour. As long as I keep getting requests, I'll keep looking at stuff. So anyways, I'm going to look at gold and then I'll start taking requests. I think the first thing I got on the list is the dollar yen. So the dollar yen will be the first thing we look at after gold. So gold is in a huge uptrend on the very high time frames, as you guys probably know if you've seen my videos. Big uptrend. And technically, we don't have a break to the downside or anything like that yet. And even down here, we don't have a break to the downside. So technically, the trend is still up on gold too. They did try to break structure today, but it actually rejected structure. So to tell you the truth, on my ending diagonal analysis, because we didn't break structure, is actually still valid in my eyes. I still think there is a chance we might make a push up to that 261.8. But if it does decide to break this structure and hold below this structure tomorrow or something, that definitely would turn me into a seller, because that possibly would be the beginning of a wave 4. And I would expect a wave 4 to likely go down and take out the low of the wave 4 of wave 3, which is way above the $2,500 area, like $2,550. So if we can confirm the end of this wave 3, then we probably will be sorting gold down to about the $2,500 area, which is quite a ways down, about $380 to the downside. So, I mean, like I said, technically the fact that it rejected structure means that my analysis, my ending diagonal analysis is definitely still valid, which means that this definitely still could be like an ABC right here, and this definitely still could break structure to the upside and continue the uptrend. So definitely keep an eye out for a break of structure to the upside. To me, a break of structure to the upside would definitely turn me into a buyer. I'm not a huge gold trader anyways, but I'm looking for bigger turns. But if I would definitely suggest looking for longs. To me, it still potentially looks like it might turn up. Doesn't really look like an ABC anymore, though, does it? Kind of looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. So maybe the turn up is actually, maybe the turn up is actually just going to be like a pullback, and it's going to make a lower high. But either way, I think there is a pretty good chance that this is going to push up. So I would definitely still be suggesting longs on gold, even though we did have a pretty big push down today. I mean, I still would suggest longs on gold because technically the trend is up on the higher time frame still. Let's take a look at the dollar yen. We'll take a look at some of these other dollar pairs. Did the yen basket actually break structure today? I haven't checked. I don't think it did. No, it definitely didn't. So unfortunately, the dollar yen is still technically in an uptrend too. It never gave us that break of structure. The JPY basket, that is. So the JPY basket is definitely still in an uptrend, as you can see. And if the JPY basket continues its uptrend, then all the JPY pairs will continue the downtrend. Now, if the dollar index goes up, then the dollar yen, if you get a strong dollar and a strong yen, that's not a very good combination. It might mean for a pretty choppy pattern. So anyways, I do have my Fibonacci retracement out here. To be honest with you, I would actually still suggest shorts. But if you are a short time frame trader, where once we get that break of structure, which it looks like it probably will do, you could definitely justify looking for longs. And I would expect to see an A, B, C correction, maybe up to one of these Fibonacci retracement levels, and then the continuation of the downtrend. But if you are looking for longs and it turns into a big old impulsive uptrend, then that's not really a problem, is it, right? If you're looking for longs and it turns into a big old impulsive uptrend, then that's like a bonus. If you're looking for longs and you see it make like 3 waves up and a big impulsive down at a fib level, then obviously you would stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again. So it depends what time frame you're trading. If you are trading those very short time frames, I would be waiting for a break of structure, which it probably will do, and then probably a pullback, and then I would be looking to get long. And then I would hopefully learn and earn at the same time, whether we're looking at an ABC correction or whether we are looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive uptrend. Definitely try to identify the difference between impulsive and corrective. So yeah, definitely, like I said, keep the requests coming in. If you have something you'd like me to look at, definitely put it in the chats. I'll stay on for a full hour as long as there's requests coming in. Let's see, the Aussie yen buy setup. I don't know about that. To be honest with you, my analysis on the yen pairs is definitely still down. I still think that the yen pairs are going to go down and take out these lows right here. The Aussie yen, I think it's going to go down to 84, maybe $85 or whatever it is, 84, 85 price. It never even made a pullback. I had my fib on here earlier thinking it might start a pullback, but it never even started a pullback, so there's really not even a point in having a Fibonacci on there yet. I mean, you would have been doing amazing if you had been looking for shorts, right? Why fight the trend? The trend is your friend. If you went short there today, you would have made a nice amount of money. If you went short there, if you went short here, there, any of those places that you went short, you would have made a pretty nice amount of money. Now, if it goes up and breaks structure, then yes, start looking for longs. But if you go long now, you'd literally you might as well just go to the casino and put your money on the roulette table because you got about the same odds as winning, in my opinion. I mean, unless you're just trying to scalp like the 5-minute time frame or something. If you're scalping like the 5-minute time frame, then that's a different story. That's one thing you have to realize about my analysis is I'm not really a short time frame trader. So when you hear me say I'm only looking for shorts, well, that's because the 1 hour time frame is like as low as I go on my time frames. But if you're a scalper, trading a 1 minute, 5-minute time frame, your trend is going to be completely different than my trend. Like right now on the 5-minute time frame, we got impulsive up, we got corrective down. This is probably going to lead to another impulsive up. So while I'm looking for shorts, waiting for a pullback to go short, you could be on the 5-minute, 1 minute time frame trading in completely an opposite direction as me. And that's a completely valid strategy. Yeah, I definitely look at the US dollar CAD for surds. Definitely looks like it could bounce up a little bit. Now, looking at the news calendar tonight, whoops. Tonight we have inflation data coming out for Tokyo. So JPY inflation data coming out this evening at 11:30 p.m. GMT time, or what is that? 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got not interest. We got inflation data coming out for the yen tonight. So possibly it could be a good time for the yen to go up and break structure. You know, if this comes out dramatically different than what they forecasted, it probably is going to make a pretty nice move. So if you are in a time zone where that's convenient for you, you definitely might want to be watching that. And then tomorrow we got Germany's inflation data, and Germany is a huge, huge economy in Europe, so that's definitely pretty important. We got GDP for the CAD tomorrow, which honestly, right now the CAD is more worried about inflation than anything. And then we got PCE tomorrow, which that's a pretty important news event also. And Chicago PMI is not that big of a deal, but we do have some pretty decent news over the next 24 hours, especially this Tokyo news. I'm probably going to be asleep by then, but that's definitely the news event that I would definitely be trading if I was in a time zone where that was a convenient time zone to be trading in. Let me see. Yeah, no problem. Keep them coming. Like I said, as long as I keep getting requests, I'll stay on for the full hour. So that's the Aussie yen. Let me keep going. We gotta look at the dollar CAD and then the Aussie dollar. I always did make sure I do my premium memberships first. Yeah, this dollar CAD has been pretty tricky. I'm still not really 100% confident whether it's gonna go up and make a new high. I still think there's a chance it's gonna make a lower high. Mostly because it never even bounced from a Fibonacci number. It's like right in between two fib levels. And it looks like a complete five-way pattern to me. So I'm really not convinced that it's going to go up and make a new high. But the dollar index is trying to break up. So it possibly could go up quite a bit more. And it might even go up and make like a double top or something. And you know, if it went up and made like a double top, I could picture that before it starts a downtrend. But boy, I'm not really sure about the... yeah, I don't really think it's going to go all the way back up there. But one thing I do know is that this move is impulsive. That definitely is the picture of a trend. That is definitely not the picture of a correction. So if this makes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pulls back and then goes up and makes another 5, and then, you know, bounces from a fib level, that at this point, my sword on the dollar CAD would be here at the end of a three-way pullback. Now, if you're trading the sort of time phase, I would definitely be looking for logs. I tried to go short the dollar CAD twice this week, so dollar CAD, because I know there's a lot of downside potential when the dollar CAD finally does go down, but it's not ready to go down yet, is it? So that's okay, though. At this point, I would definitely say that this is a 1, 2. We need to make a wave 4. We probably need to make a wave 5. Then we're probably going to have to make a decent pullback for like a wave B or a wave 2. And then we're going to have to make another uptrend for like a wave C or possibly even a wave 3. First 5 waves up is probably a wave A, but it could be a wave 1. Probably an ABC correction, but definitely could be a 1, 2, 3. It probably could. It definitely is possible that it goes up and makes a new high. So I would be pretty bullish on this now that we have a breaker structure back up. We're not bouncing from a fib level, so we would definitely still want to be bullish. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, so I would expect the next move down to be like a wave 4 and probably another push up for a wave 5. So definitely still pretty bullish. Like I said, I've actually been bearish on this. Yeah, I tried to go short right here on that breaker structure, and then Tuesday I tried to go short right there on that breaker structure because I was so excited about all the down pip, all the possibility to the downside that I didn't want to miss this trade. But each one of these trades was only a 0.25 risk, so between the both of them I lost a 0.5%, which it ain't that big of a deal. It is what it is. And now I would just be looking for longs, so I definitely would be looking for longs now. The Aussie dollar. Aussie is definitely the weakest currency right now, but yeah. Kiwi's weak too. Aussie and the Kiwi are pretty much the same thing. Either the Aussie or the Kiwi is definitely the weakest currency right now for sure. The Aussie dollar, kind of kind of a little bit on the tricky side in my eyes. Yeah, I can take a look at the DAX, no problem. The reason why I say it's a little tricky is because it definitely did make what looks like a perfect five-wave trend. And it definitely did make a break of structure. So my thinking is that this is five waves up for potentially a wave one, and that this first push down is still a wave A, and eventually it's going to start a push up for like a wave B and then down for a wave C. But this could go all the way down to the 78 or the 80% before it starts back up. So I think there's still a good chance that we're in a wave two. I think this is probably going to be an ABC of two, probably down to like the 78%, maybe even a little lower. It could even make a double bottom. But the fact that it broke structure still makes me think that this is just a break of structure, ABC pullback, and then a couple weeks from now, probably not even next week, probably like 2 weeks from now, probably the continuation of the uptrend. So that's what I'm thinking on the Aussie dollar. This move on the dollar today definitely did change things a little bit for me. Even though technically it is a breaking structure, it definitely looks impulsive enough where I can say, okay, well, this is either going to go up and make a double top, or it's going to go up and make like another three-way pattern for like a 3-3. 3 waves down, 3 waves up. Which, if it does that, that's going to definitely give me some evidence about what's going to happen on the dollar in the longer term. Yeah, US dollar Swiss is next on the list. US dollar Swiss, this morning I was going through and working on my Fibonacci levels on the high time phase. I always like to make sure I get the most appropriate Fibonacci level on each time frame. And I was working on my monthly and weekly time frame Fibonacci analysis. And it's pretty hard to not see that this is possibly 1, 2, 3 waves down, 50%, was not able to close below the 50, and then it touched the 61.8 perfectly. I have my Fibonacci retracement from here to here because this may just be a correction to the last wave, not a correction to the whole trend. So overall, I've been very bearish on the dollar Swiss, but man, seeing this is really making me, and seeing the dollar index is really making me think that this is going to go up. My original thoughts, if you watched my videos like a month or more ago, was that we were going to go up and take out this blue box right here because that was a huge liquidity area. On the daily structure on gold, would you consider the move? Hey, Rocky, yeah, what'd you say? I'm about to do daily structure on gold. Would you consider this move a wave A or an ABC complete? Yeah, kind of a tough one. To be honest with you, on the weekly time frame, I do think we are getting close to ending a wave 3. And if we end a wave 3, I would expect it to go down to probably about the $2,500 area for a wave 4. And technically, we did break structure today, but it rejected structure almost instantly. I think what's going to happen is it's going to probably go up one more time. But I think there's a chance we might make a lower high, and we might actually be in a wave 4 already. There's definitely a chance that we're still going to make that ending diagonal wave 5 that I've been talking about, like that. So if you do go long and it just goes up and takes out these highs, then I would definitely say ending diagonal wave 5. But the symmetry is really good right here. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulsive down, break of structure. It technically did break structure today, so I think what's going to happen is it's going to go up. But the move up, I think, is going to end up being a correction to the move down because this is 5 waves now. That's definitely 5 waves, so we might actually get a push up. But the push up could be a 3-way pattern, another ABC correction to the downtrend. But if you're looking for longs and then instead of making something like this, it makes something like this, then that means ending diagonal wave 5. Definitely means ending diagonal wave 5. So hopefully that answers your question, Rocky. Hopefully you're having a good day. So anyways, US dollar Swiss, yeah, like I said, I've been very, very bearish on the dollar Swiss, but like I said this morning when I was working on my Fibonacci analysis, man, I think that's the end of a correction. And looking at the dollar index and how impulsive this is, yes, the trend is definitely down, but the market flow is definitely up now because it did make an engulfing move. So the trend is down, but the market flow is up. So since the market flow is up on my roadmap daily time frame, that means that I can look for longs. And if I look for longs and it just goes up and breaks structure, then that's good, right? Now my market flow is up and my trend is up. And then it potentially is going to go all the way back up here to this blue box. Probably break those highs. Because that blue box right there is a major, major liquidity area. I think there's actually a chance that it might even go up a little higher than this, but I think this is a huge liquidity area. And they might even try to go up and grab this high right here, which is around 1.94, or 0.94, I'm sorry. So I think we're going to have to turn a little bit more on the bullish side on the dollar. Trump wanted the dollar to go down, and it did go down, but it looks like it's going to go up again. Probably going to go up and take out the highs, stop everybody out before it makes its big move to the downside that everybody is expecting. So yeah, let's go look at the DAX. Boy, these indices have been pretty interesting lately. I've been talking to my group that I still haven't done it because I've been trying to organize myself and been trying to make a trading plan for lower time frame trading because I definitely am not really a low time frame trader. I'm definitely more of a swing trader, so I'm, working on a trade plan and stuff, but I am going to start trading this $50,000 funded account, which I really haven't even started trading yet. I'm only up $32. I've entered like 3 trades on this. But we're going to start trading probably the indices. During the New York session, we're going to probably start trading the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. And then during the London session in the morning for a couple hours, we could potentially be trading the DAX and the FTSE. So during my Zoom meetings, which I do every single day, except for Mondays, I think we're going to start trading this funded account together, which is going to be kind of an interesting project, I think, and I think that people will enjoy that because I'm definitely not a short time frame trader, so, trading the shorter time frames, I think people enjoy because that's what people are conditioned to want to do. I don't have a whole lot of analysis on this thing, to tell you the truth. I definitely think it's a wave 1, a wave 2, and I definitely think this is a wave 3. And I honestly don't even think the wave 3 is over because it looks like a 1, 2, 3 of 3. So even if it does start a pullback, it's probably a wave 4 and a wave 5 of wave 3. The most likely place for a wave 3 to go is usually the 161, 178. And if it goes beyond that, like gold did, then it's usually the 261, 278. So we are definitely in the zone where this potentially could make a pullback for a wave 4 and then up for a wave 5. And then go down, make a much bigger correction like that, something to match this big correction over here. So that's definitely what I'm thinking on that. This is the monthly time frame though, so let's go down some more. Yeah, we had to be careful. I mean, there's definitely a chance that this just keeps on going up and making new highs, or at least goes up and hits the 78%. Probably at this point it might even do that, but I was actually saying today how I think there's a good chance this is an ABC and it does something like this. It goes down again, making that wave 4 of wave 3, I think is the more likely scenario. Yeah, I think that's the more likely scenario in my opinion. It might already be going down, honestly. That looks like 3 waves down to me. That looks like 3 waves up to me. I think it might already be going down. Probably down to at least a 50% for like a 335 pattern, probably an ABC pattern, 335, which is a very recognizable pattern in the Elliott wave world. So that's definitely what I think is going to happen on that. To tell you the truth, I really don't take my analysis much below the 4-hour time frame. I will trade on the 1-hour time frame sometimes, but if you know what's going on the 4-hour, then you definitely know what to do on the 1-hour. And as you go down on the time frames, counting the waves gets a little bit more difficult. Gets a little more choppy, a little bit more messy for sure. If Trump tariffs reach, can we see the dollar losing strength? I honestly thought the dollar was going to lose strength, but seeing the pattern makes me think that it's probably going to actually be strong for a short amount of time. You know, maybe a couple weeks at least. I'm pretty sure today why the dollar made such a big move was not because of the dollar news today. We did have some dollar news. We had unemployment claims. We had core durable goods today and regular goods. So we did have dollar news today. But the dollar made a big old move. I think it was because of Trump today talking about the tariffs. Apparently the tariffs are going to take effect on March 4th, I think somebody in my group said, which is next Tuesday. And then there's some more tariffs apparently beyond that. So we're only about a week away from some of these tariffs actually going into effect, apparently. And I have no idea how tariffs affect the market, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously they're a little inflationary in the short term. In the long term, I think it's actually really good for the economy in the long term, but in the short term, I think it's actually a little bit bad for the economy because it's going to be inflationary. But it's going to cause a lot of manufacturing back in America, which is manufacturing used to be huge in America, and now it's not really that huge anymore. It is huge, but not like it used to be. So, is there any more requests? Like I said, if anybody has any requests, definitely throw them in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at anything. I'm already running out of requests, so if anybody has anything, definitely put it in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look. If I run out of requests, then I'll probably just end the live stream because it is 6:30 at night where I am, so we'll see. This live stream is supposed to replace my 3 p.m. videos. So if you do like the live stream better than the videos, then make sure you like and subscribe to the, at least hit that thumbs up channel so that way the YouTube algorithm pushes my live stream out to new people. Because if the live stream is not a hit, then I will probably not continue to do it. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a survey to find out if people prefer the live stream or if people prefer the 3 p.m. videos. Yeah, no problem. I'll take a look at that for you. If anybody hasn't done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. You do not ever have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It's 100% free. I would like to build a community of traders that are willing to help each other out. So definitely check that out. Looks like 2 people want the pound yen. I think this is Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is not going up anytime soon. I think Bitcoin's going to probably go down to a pretty deep area, probably at least 72,000 and possibly even closer to 60,000. I think crypto is in trouble. Well, I've never been a crypto guy anyways, but I think crypto is going down. Look at Ethereum real quick. I think Ethereum is like an extremely clear pattern. This is definitely impulsive. This is definitely 3 waves up. I think we're leading to another impulsive that will take out this low before we even think about going back up. I would be very, very bearish cryptocurrency right now, that's for sure. Yeah, the pound yen. Like I've been saying, if I was going to go long on a yen pair, it probably would have to be the pound yen. But to be honest with you, I personally wouldn't go long a yen pair because technically we don't have a bigger structure to the downside on the yen pairs. And part of my rules is I don't trade against the trend and my roadmap trend until proven otherwise. Now, the Tokyo CPI is tonight, though. We got inflation data coming out this evening for the yen at 11:30 or 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, or 11:30 GMT time. So we got some yen news coming out tonight. So if the yen does go down, if it does break structure, then I would definitely say that the yen is going down longer term, which would cause the yen pairs to go up longer term. Now, the reason why I said if I was going to trade to a yen pair to the long side, it probably would be the pound yen because the pound yen, because the pound itself is much stronger than most of the other currencies right now. All the other yen pairs have made new lows. The pound yen was not able to make a new low, and if you look at other pound pairs, including the pound index, you can see that the pound is definitely much stronger than the other pairs. But I would still be very careful in assuming that it's going up. And honestly, on the 1 hour time frame, I have no idea. I mean, how do you count something like this? That's why I always say I really don't try to count things on the incorrect time frame. If you're on the wrong time frame, it's very almost difficult. It's almost impossible to count things. Oops, sorry. I think there is a little bit of a count there that you could probably get, but I think that is impulsive up wave A. Oh, thanks a lot, T. Definitely join my Discord channel if you haven't done so already. I think that's impulsive up wave A. I think that's 3 waves down, 3 waves. Oh, it's kind of hard to see on this time frame. Let's go to the 30-minute just because it's easier to see. Impulsive up, wave A. 1, 2, 3 down. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3 down. A. I'm sorry, Jesus. W. 1, 2, 3 waves up. X. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Y. So A, W, X, Y, ending right here for the wave B. And then this impulsive up right here is potentially a wave C. So there's an A, W, X, Y, a B, wave C. And then impulsive down, equal bottom, is probably the wave 5. So your wave 5 is potentially right there. This could be a leading diagonal, wave A or wave 1. This is probably a correction to that first wave up, wave B or wave 2. And potentially we're either in a wave 3 or wave C. So depending, if you're trading a sort of time phase, I would probably be a little bit bullish. If it's a wave C, I would expect it to maybe go to like the 50% and then turn back down. So if you're bullish and you see it go up to a fib level and turn back down, breaking structure, I would definitely get out. On the other hand, if you're bullish and it goes up, bounces, doesn't break structure, bounces, doesn't break structure, then you would definitely know at that point you're in a wave 3 and you continue to look for longs every single chance you get. So I would just continue to look for longs if that's the case. But I would be very careful with longs on the yen pairs, to tell you the truth. I personally am not going long on any yen pairs because I still think there's a very good chance that we're going down overall. I mean, the pound yen could go up, but it could just be like an ABC correction and then back down again. I personally think that we're in a wave 4, ABC of 4 on the monthly and weekly time frame. The euro yen also, same thing. I think there's a very good chance this is just going to keep going down in a wave 4. So that would be an A, that would be 3 waves of B, and then down for a wave 4. So potentially a lot of downside. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking for there. So Soul Trade's got a funded account and a giveaway. Nice. I was thinking about doing a funded account giveaway last year, but it's kind of a hard thing to do because depending on where people win, if somebody wins, some funded accounts don't even accept Americans anymore. So if somebody from America wins, then that could be an issue. Or maybe there's other countries where they don't accept people. So there's a lot of issues with that. But that's pretty cool, though. I was thinking about doing something like that. Definitely. So yeah, if anybody has any more requests, put them in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at basically anything for sure. We've been on for about 40 minutes, and like I always say, if I can keep getting requests, I'll probably stay on. Otherwise, I might get off because it is getting close to dinner time. And I've already been on the computer I don't stay on the computer all day anyways, but I usually get on the computer about 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, so. But I'm not a scalper, so I'm not looking at my computer all day. I just check it at the end of every 1 hour candle most of the time. Usually what I do is at the end of every single 1 hour candle, I come back and check my charts. That's normally what I do. Oh, wow, look at that. Yo, Swiss, man, what happened there? Crap. Ah, man, that was a beautiful trade. God dang. That would have been a nice trade today. So I get so distracted watching the stupid dollar sometimes. And honestly, sometimes the dollar can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Sometimes you can make some better money trading other things. Ah, yeah, look at that. Yo, yen made a big push down. Oh, there was another long on the pound, the yo Aussie, but it happened at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I definitely wasn't awake for that. That was in the Asian session. Yeah, there was a long on the pound, the yo Kiwi today. That was in the Asian session. Long on the pound Aussie at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I wasn't there for that. Long on the pound Kiwi today at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, there we go. That was a trade right there, too. Look at that. That was about 10 o'clock this morning. Man, look at that. Whenever I see a nice correction, I just have to stop and look because look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves down and golfing up. Beautiful, beautiful. 1, 2, 3 waves down and golfing up. It's sort of a thing of beauty, huh? 1, 2, 3 waves down and golfing up. 1, 2, 3 waves down and golfing up. Higher high wave B, higher high wave C. 1, 2, 3 waves. Running flat and golfing up. Continuation of the uptrend. Yeah, all the indices. Man, I don't have a whole lot of analysis on these indices to tell you the truth because I just started looking at them recently. But the S&P 500, I definitely think is a 1, 2, 3. We possibly are starting a wave 4 right now, and if we are starting a wave 4, I would expect a pretty big dump. I would expect it to go down roughly the same amount that this went down. So it would probably be pretty easy to get a potential forecast on that. So I would expect that to go down the S&P 500 probably to at least the 5500 area. Someplace in there, 5550, something like that. But it's not going to go down in one straight line. It's going to go down like that, probably break that, come back up, go down, come back up, and then go down and then back up. But I think that we're close to ending a wave 3, or we already have potentially ended a wave 3. I don't know though. Boy, the daily time frame makes you wonder though, because that's a higher high wave B, equal low. I mean, honestly, the trend is still up, so if it reverses, I would definitely still recommend longs. But we have to keep in mind that we could be ending a wave 3. We're at the 161% Fibonacci extension too, so potentially that could be the end of a wave 3 for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you get a break or structure to the upside, it's probably the end of a wave C on the higher time phase, and it's probably going to keep going up. But if you don't get a break or structure to the upside, then I would definitely be looking for shorts, that's for sure. Definitely be looking for shorts. So, yeah, let's keep here. I think that we might be ending the wave 3 on all of them. It looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. We might be starting a wave 4, which potentially would go down quite a ways and then back up for wave 5. So I think there's a good chance we still have a decent amount of downside. But the problem is when you look at this on the 4-hour time frame range, it looks like an ABC. It looks like impulsive down. It looks like 3 waves up with a higher high, and then it looks like it could make a higher high wave C. So I would definitely still recommend looking for longs on them, especially if it goes up and breaks structure. It's probably going to continue the uptrend. But yeah, definitely. We could be ending a wave 4 on the higher time frames. So if it doesn't break structure, but instead goes down and takes out these lows, then that should confirm wave 4 on the much higher time frames. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of analysis on these. I don't even have anything on this one. I do like the Dow Jones, though. I've been trading the Dow Jones quite a bit. That's one of the ones I've been trading on this funded account. This $50,000 funded account is, like I said, my plan with this funded account is to trade it with the group every day in the live streams. So I'm gonna trade this $50,000 funded account that I just started this week with the group in the live streams that I do every single day. But it's for members only. And in order to join, you had to join my website, fxpipcollector.com. So definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. It is only $30 a month, and I like to call it learn and earn at the same time, because the main purpose of the group is definitely for you to learn how to trade, but you definitely can follow along with my trades if you want, because I do share every single trade I take with the group at the time of entry with stop loss and take profits and everything. Comes with a trading course, but it comes with these Zoom meetings that I do 4 times a week, and they're about 2 hours long. 2 hour Zoom meetings, live streams. And my whole plan is that I'm going to start trading this funded account, New York Session Open, during these Zoom meetings together with the group. I was going to start this week, but I had to organize myself, set up all the list, and make sure I knew the risk. And so at this point, since tomorrow's Friday, we're probably going to start trading first thing on Monday. We're going to start trading this funded account together in the group during the 2 hour Zoom meetings that I do every day. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It is only $30 a month. I make it extremely cheap on purpose, because I'm not looking to be one of those douchey gurus that you see on YouTube that charges hundreds and thousands of dollars, because that's just stupid in my eyes. And for me, it's more about the community than anything. It's about the community aspect, not really so much about about following along with my trades or anything like that. I want to build a community of people that are kind of trading the same style that can help everybody out. Yeah, Mondays are very slow. I don't even do a Zoom meeting on Monday. I do a Zoom meeting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So 4 times a week we'll do Zoom meetings, 2 hours long, starting at 1 p.m. UK time, GMT time, or at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the meetings are. These YouTube live stream meetings I do are quite a bit different. I'm just doing analysis on this. On the Zoom meetings, we kind of work together and try to figure out the early wave counts, especially on the higher time frames. And at the same time, we also look for trades together. And I think next week we're going to start trading, during the New York session, we're going to trade the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the US 30, or the Dow Jones. During the 2 hours or 3 hours of the New York Open. And then during the London Open, we're going to trade the DAX and the UK FTSE. Wow, that UK FTSE made an amazing ABC correction too. That is a beautiful ABC correction right there. Thing of beauty for sure. So like I said, if anybody's interested in that, it is only $30 a month. I like the community aspect of the group, so definitely don't be afraid to join and share your charts and everything else. Is Trump speaking today? I don't think he is today, finally. He was talking earlier about the tariffs. I think he made an announcement today about how the tariffs are going to start on March 4th for Canada, Mexico, and I don't know, maybe Europe too. I don't know. I try not to follow that drama news too much. There's too much drama right now in politics, so I try not to follow it too much. Talk about a complete drama right now. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it then. I did all the requests. I do these YouTube live streams every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So definitely make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Come back. If these live streams are a hit, then I'm going to continue to do them. If they're not a hit after a couple weeks, I might go back to making the 3 p.m. videos for gold, the pound dollar, and the euro dollar. So definitely make sure you come back, support the channel if you do like these live streams that I'm doing every day of the week. And like I said, if I keep getting requests, I'll stay on for the full hour. If not, 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes, something like that is probably going to be pretty common. So anyways, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Tomorrow is Friday, so one more day until Friday comes. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading, everyone.